Hey, welcome back to the channel. Well, we just dropped off the Waterloo Bronco, but I didn't really get a chance to, start the video out. So, hey, welcome back to the channel. Oh, I sold the Waterloo Bronco to a fellow collector, and not too far away, and he needed it delivered. And I said, hey, if I'm going to deliver it, you don't mind if I, video your collection? So you're about to see that. Got some. Has some really nice different kinds of tractors of all colors, and including the good yellow ones, of course. So sit back and enjoy this video. He's got some great stories. He knows the history on every piece of in his collection. So lawnmowers, and it's just sit back and enjoy. And hey, we'll see you next time.
7-inch leather belt from Lang's.
Really?
Yeah, this one just started fraying on it. This 1923 was bought brand new by the Purdue family down in New River, right here north of Port Hope.
Really?
And it was sold in the 50s to a gentleman here, Vic Ingram. And when he passed away, his family kept it around. It went to Midland, and then when that fellow didn't want it anymore, they offered it to me. So I bought it and brought it back to Port Hope.
Wow.
100 years later.
Wow. Isn't that
So
something?
I actually ran into the great-grandson of the original Purdue who bought it. And of course he let me know if I ever wanted to sell it,
Yep.
that he'd like to be in line for it.
Yeah.
I told him, I said, we'll see.
Yeah, no promises, but stuff happens.
It's new to us. We're going to give it a shot.
Yeah, well, that wiring sure is interesting.
It's amazing that it's still, it runs,
Right.
It runs so good.
Right.
It goes down the road.
Yeah, great. That's a great story about that Alice there.
Yeah, 52, Allis-Chalmers, CA. It was originally owned by the folks across the street. Her father bought it. She's 85 now. He farmed with it. He had bean cultivators on it at one point. And they kept it. It got stuck. They gave it to me and said, if you can unstick it, you can cut your grass with it. And that was 2006.
Yeah.
And it's been running ever since and cutting the grass.
So since new, this thing hasn't been more than across the road from home.
About 100 yards. So.
100 yards. That's just a great story.
Since 1952. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That seems kind of long.
The CA?
Yeah. They seem a little longer than like a B, especially a B. But
well, the B's and then the C is the mid tractor, kind of between the two of them.
Yep.
And it almost to me looked like they used certain parts from each one.
Yep.
It's like a bridge tractor to the CA.
Okay.
With the CA, it's super powerful. It's got 2 clutches, as you can see, so you can do as you're sitting, you can keep rolling.
I see. It's got live power of some kind.
Yep. Yeah. For the time, it's such a good riding tractor.
Yeah.
Easy handling, even with the wide front, it's super easy to cut grass with.
I see. Interesting. There's one of the good ones.
Yeah.
What year is this one?
I believe we figured it out to be a 45, 44, I think.
Okay. Cool.
ZTU. It's got I think we determined it's got a Z engine in it, or newer.
Z engine, yeah, it could be.
It was used for just local pulling here and there. I'm a sucker for fat fender tractors.
Yeah, I understand. I got a couple extra sets of those now.
48 John Deere MT that was original to the area also.
Yeah.
It was bought down in Emily City. It was owned by a gentleman named R.B. Hunter. His son Jim Hunter is a local Model T historian who got me into the Model Ts.
Yep.
So a friend of mine, Harold McTaggart, owned that for a while, and he passed away. His son sold it to a gentleman local here, and I was able to reacquire it last year at the local July 4th show. We were glad to have it back home.
Absolutely. A 20, you don't see a lot of 20s.
1948 Massy Harris 20, wearing its original cultivators.
Yeah.
It was bought brand new down near Kindy by a man. His last name was Ender, Irv Ender, I believe. It was sold in 1972 at a farm sale to a man named Clarence Heilig, and it went 7 miles up the road to Started Road. And his stepson, Fred Mooter, offered it to me.
Awesome.
So it came back home. Its original farm was only 8 miles down the road here on Kindy Road. So
I see.
it's only 8 miles from home since 1948.
Wow. Good looking 60 Ollie back there.
Oliver 60 was originally on steel. Was also a local tractor. Earl Deere was the son of the original owner. I'm still friends with Dan. He's still involved with the tractor pull and the tractor show here in Port Hope. That was his original tractor. My friend Harold bought it and restored it.
Awesome.
1941 Case LA.
Yeah, these are a beast too.
Yeah, we have a good time with this one. It's,
Yeah.
it's an original tractor in the way of drivetrain engine. Obviously, it suffered some damage, and the person who put the decals on wasn't exactly good with it.
Well, you know, there's a lot of drinking goes on in this county.
So I hooked it up to a sled for my friend Harold the year before he passed away. He had some wheelie bars made for it because they make us do that for TT or TPPA.
Yep.
And I ended up getting third place with it, completely stock.
What's it weigh?
It's not heavy. No PTO, no pulley, no nothing. It came in around 6,800 pounds before I got on it. So I had to pull 7,000 pounds with it. A little outclassed, but a couple of tractors had a few more modifications, but we had fun with it.
Yeah.
His family still has the trophy.
That's cool. The radiator cap sure is neat on these.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it just have so much style, and it actually is pretty graceful for a big tractor. My daughters use this to tug me around the yard and everything else because it's hand clutch. And basically at idle in first gear, there's not a tractor here, it won't full start.
I see.
Oliver 66, I bought from apparently a mutual friend of ours, Josh.
Oh, okay.
Holsky.
Yeah.
I was looking for a 6-cylinder. I wanted a 77, but the kids fell in love with it.
Yeah.
We brought it back here and threw a paint job on it.
Yeah.
It's a nice running tractor. It's fun. High-low transmission in it. It's neat.
Yep.
I mean, I've always loved Oliver Green. I mean, third tractor I owned was the Oliver 60. So me and wife Tiffany enjoyed them. Our second tractor was the Farmall M.
Yep.
It's a 47 wide front Farmall M factory. We bought it down by Snover.
Yep.
We were actually going to look at tractors at a tractor dealer down in Marlette. Passed it on the way.
I see.
Looked at it, and when we got there, we looked at his stock, and we decided we wanted the wide front.
There you go. Can't go wrong with an M.
1954 WD-45.
Yeah, these were a good one.
Oh yeah, my youngest daughter has always wanted the Allis-Chalmers WD-45.
Yeah.
Just her thing. We've owned multiple WCs. One of the neatest things about it is the factory power steering.
Okay.
On the other side, if you get around,
We can get in there, yeah.
Take a look at it. It's not the Charlene, it's not the aftermarket.
Oh, right there.
Factory
Oh,
AC.
it's hard to see in here. I
Yeah,
understand.
I'm sorry about that.
But, well, that's the way it is.
It's a pretty rustic shed.
Yeah.
It actually belonged to the old mill here in Port Hope.
Oh, I see.
The last building that was there by the chimney in Port Hope.
Okay.
It was brought up here in the late 20s, early 30s by the people who owned the house. They rolled it up here on logs, pulled it with mules.
I
and
see.
They built it here.
Wow. Shepherd diesel.
Yeah, my 1950 Shepherd SD3 diesel.
Yeah.
My friend Harold McTaggart also owned that one.
Oh,
I ended
okay.
up getting it out of the collection.
I was camping one trip, and I believe his name was Matt. He's the son of the guy that was the last summer before sold all them
Yes.
shepherds.
Down by the Sandusky area.
Yeah, more Marlette.
More Marlette, yeah.
Yeah, I had a bunch.
Yeah, they have the orchard, the SD4 orchard, everything.
Yeah, it was
gorgeous tractor.
We had some great conversations while we were camping up there about these tractors. So
She's stubborn.
yeah.
More than a few times I got the primer system lets in way too much air for me. So I end up having to bleed the pump a little bit once in a while to get it to straighten out. But it is super cool tractor. I think they only made around 1,440 of them.
Okay.
From 49 to 54, 55.
I think Matt was saying they only made like 2,000 total Shepherd diesels.
Overall.
Yeah, overall. Yeah.
Yeah, that's with the SD2, so a 2-cylinder version. The 3-cylinder versions, which was the most popular, apparently, they're the most sold, and then the SD4s.
I see.
So, my 1945 Minneapolis Moline ZTS.
Yep.
The first big fender tractor that I bought. The wife and I were walking past it in Harold's shed.
Oh boy.
And fell in love with it, and we were whispering to each other as we were helping him clean and work.
Yeah.
We got the nerve to ask him, and sure enough, he sold it to us.
Oh. Lucky you.
He this is the tractor that my daughters both learned how to drive on.
Yeah. This is a fancy tractor. Yep.
They were 4 when they first started driving tractors.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Hand clutch tractors at 4 years old.
I learned to drive basically on a hand clutch tractor, but it was a G705, which we still still have.
Yeah, well, that's fantastic.
But, you know, I know you don't sell anything,
right.
But if this would be one that I would ask, but
yeah, that's understandable. You know, it's just, we fell in love with it.
Yeah.
And you know the thing is, I'm not a country person. I'm not a farmer. But my girls have never known a different place than this.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do have the other place in the city where they went to school and whatever.
Right.
But they've never known anything different than this.
Yeah.
And, it's fantastic. My 1955 Toro.
Yeah, that's neat.
General. Golf course maintenance tractor, basically.
Yeah.
Factory dualies on the back, dump box. That one also came from Harold.
Grab me a flashlight, mate. I don't know how much it'll help, but yeah, very little. But it is what it is. This is kind of neat. I mean, what does it have for a motor in it?
It's got a straight 6 Ford in it.
Okay.
It goes down the road pretty good.
I would think this would be fun.
More than you want.
This is kind of, well, it's kind of like a side-by-side, you know?
Yeah, it is a forerunner of your side-by-side stuff. I mean, honestly, that's kind of a nice concept. Now, they made these from the 20s all the way into the 70s.
Really?
Yeah, some of the earliest unstyled 20s and 30s Toros are just fantastic.
Yeah, look at them pedals.
Beautiful styling on them. I love this one.
Comfortable seats.
I love the 50s styling, the curved lines.
Yeah.
But yeah, it gave me a little trouble this year. I was on a tractor ride with it, and my float got unsprung there. I got a little spring inside of it. I had to be towed home.
I see. That's quite a... Huh, I like that too.
Yeah.
What do we got here?
That's a 1929 McCormick Deering 1020.
Yeah, on steel.
Bought from an auction. It was stuck. Turned out they just had a little too tight a bearing on the crank.
Oh.
You got the right measurements, and
Oh, I see.
been running ever since. I don't try to hand crank that one, but it'll probably go about 3 feet before it fires up.
Yeah, that's neat too.
35
F12.
Farmall F12.
Yep.
Yes, it's wrong color. It's supposed to be gray, but the gentleman who owned it loved the red, and I gotta say I like the red too.
Yeah, I can understand
I'm not
that.
gonna change it.
What?
Factory plow, belly mount plow on
Oh, okay.
which actually is a pretty interesting piece.
Yeah.
I enjoyed getting that part of it. It was very nice of them to offer it to me.
I see. Oh, okay, there it is.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see it back there.
Well, I can see it, but I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but it's definitely neat. That's for sure. Well, cool. I really appreciate your stories on everything and how much you remember. Well, most collectors can remember what year it is, this and that, and you know, but you have the history of these tractors. So
what I did after we owned the house for about 5 years and we've been collecting, I had an illness and I was home for a while, and I said, you know what, I better write this down.
yeah.
So I did a 5-year retrospective. I listed everything we bought, every person we met, every story I'd been told, every bit of history about each tractor, and I've done a book technically every year since.
I see.
So we've owned the house up here now 17 years. So I just want them, if they ever go, wow, Dad was crazy, there's 60 tractors here, what the heck did he do that for? They can find out why.
Yeah.
They can read it.
Yep.
These are the only fence row tractors I got, thank God.
That was kind of neat. I had a Massy 7 one
That's
time.
the one I picked up.
Yeah. Huh.
I just picked up those two on the end.
Yeah.
I was thinking
Simplicity.
for the little scan bait here. I was thinking about the transplant from that there.
From the deer, put it in there.
So put it in there.
I see.
Instead of putting that little 5-horse on there.
Oh, well, whatever. Is that the UB you got from
Yep.
John?
John.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whoa, it's just a loose one in the front end.
Oh,
Whoa, man.
keep it.
We tugged her down to the show, and my wife, Tiffany, was not very happy with me that I put her on it. Rattled her teeth loose.
Yeah.
Feel free to stand on any of them to get a view if you like.
Okay. A little better lighting in here.
Case DC,
That's cool.
50. It has the two-tone paint job on it it's not supposed to have.
I see.
I was told that it most likely was traded into a dealer and they sprayed it to make it look like the newer model. So
I
they
see.
went with the Desert Sand.
Tried to fancy it up to make a little more money,
Make it
possibly.
look like everything else that was sitting on the lot.
Yeah, I can understand.
That's a beast.
So,
Another one of the ones that we use pretty much around here to relentlessly tug, tow, move.
You all right?
I love this tractor, by the way. I don't care
The
if it's-
UB?
Yeah, I don't care if it's
I almost contacted him to buy it myself, but then you did, and well, that's okay.
The Massy Harris 30 on the right there.
Yep.
It's Harold even signed that one for us on the front nose.
Oh, really?
He bought a couple of out of Massy Harris's out of Seaboing,
Okay.
and they were both pretty messy.
Sebring used to have a Moline dealer.
Did they?
Yeah.
So Harold, he offered that one up to my wife, and he ended up putting the head gasket on it, putting it back together. I got the clutch unstuck. He sold to us for the parts he had in it. So, nice tractor.
He was a good friend.
That's a fast devil, actually.
Yeah.
That one hauls down the road in fifth gear.
Oh, really?
Good runner. It's got the Continental in it. It's not
Yeah.
nothing special, but
That's still
obviously
neat.
it's looking fairly original.
Yeah.
Super C in the back corner.
Okay.
50, 51, I believe.
Narrow
It came out of Toledo, Ohio. A friend of mine brought it up.
Yep.
Just something I kind of wanted to have. It had the fast hitch on the back.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta start looking for fast hitch engines.
Yeah. They're around.
We got a VAC
Yep.
case.
I see the bird's been painting.
Oh yeah, yeah. I went looking to pick up pumpkins for me and the girls for Halloween,
Yeah.
and we missed our turn. And I'm like, oh look, a mile down the road, this place selling pumpkins.
Yep.
And sure enough, we pull up and there's a tractor for sale. $750 later, I own the Great Pumpkin, as we call it. Most of these tractors, we give them the names of the people that we bought them from.
Right.
That's a way to remember,
Yeah.
you know.
Well, that's the way, you know, a lot of farmers, when they buy a farm, that's a such and such farm, because
Yeah.
that's who they bought it from. Even
Yeah.
though they own it, you
Yeah.
know, they call it that farm.
This is still
So.
the Paschke place. This was Waldemar Paschke's.
Yeah, I can see.
That's my 47 WC that I learned how to pull on.
Yeah.
Harold sold it to me, and I told him that if I bought that thing, that he had to show me how to pull. So
Yeah.
we trimmed her down to 3,000 pounds, got some wheelie bars for her. We had a great time with it.
Yeah.
Allis-Chalmers I own.
Huh. I don't think I've ever owned one.
Our 47 Wartime frame, slant dash John Deere A,
Cool.
that I told you.
Yep.
We had some issues with the clutch driver and the crank.
I guess I don't have to stand on something.
It's a good running tractor now, a little bit of magneto work, and
Yep.
it's a blast.
Huh.
Well, I have my Super C and my H mixed up. That's my H over there. Sorry, the Super C's over here.
Okay.
Yeah, I got them in
all
the
right.
wrong spot.
That's
I
all
didn't
right.
go away in a hurry after July 4th this year.
Yeah, I understand.
So the H over there is a 51. That's
Oh,
why I was-
okay. I guess I didn't look at that close to even
Yeah.
notice that.
That one came out of this area too.
Yep.
A fellow named John Bender sold it to us. His brother Bob had it.
Okay. Yeah.
So the F12 Farmall sitting over there is actually a kind of a weird piece. My friend Harold used it as a puller. It was kind of a, you know, whatever when you can't really fit it into a class. It's got a Farmall H engine in it.
Okay.
It's got a hand clutch. It's got like a Rockwell PTO on it for a clutch, so it's a solid disc. It kicks like a ton of bricks. Basically, he would do wheelies down most of the track on his back tires, and he put the handbrake extensions on,
Yeah.
so he could
Control, steer, yeah.
While he was going down the track with the front wheel in the air.
Huh.
He's got a starter on it. He had to notch the frame and weld a box in there to put a starter on it. So
yeah,
it's a neat piece. Yes, they look like they've been in here for a while, but all of them run, all of them come out, all of them get fast, but they have to come back here.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Bad looking.
In this other part of the shed, I just got a few little lawn tractor things or garden tractors that started catching up with me.
Yeah. They can get addictive too.
Yeah, especially when they're getting fairly neat stuff.
Right.
A couple different walk behinds, not a big deal, but little wheel horses, a couple little Springfields, little Craftsman with a fiberglass body I thought was neat. Just things I picked up, so when I get time,
that is kind of cool.
I'm gonna pick it up down by Cass City.
Yeah. I got quite a few. You got any David Bradley stuff in here? Let's see.
Yeah, I think there's some David Bradley stuff stuff laying around.
Yeah.
Those implements there are actually for that walk behind you standing in front. I picked these up. The saw kills me. I don't know how you'd use that without, But anyways.
And survive?
But yeah, the simplicity there, that's what it's for. Springfields were just dropped off by a friend that I bought a tractor from. Be careful in there. He comes by once in a while and drops tractors off. His name's Ken. He lives down by Seaboyne.
Huh. Old dairy barn here. I can see the old gutter. That's kind of neat.
Yeah.
I used to have a Ward's Power Track Rider.
Yeah.
I had one. That was kind of neat.
Let's see. You'll have to watch your steps when we go around the other side.
That's all right. I'm pretty nimble yet, apparently. Yeah, I love these old barns.
I'm definitely afraid I'm not going to be able to stop the deterioration once I finally get up there.
Yeah.
But that's my plan.
All right. Cool. Little cub.
There's a golden David Bradley.
I see.
A little tri-track.
I got a old boy that I know in town. It's huge into these now.
Yeah.
Got a trailer load of stuff.
Fred Ruggles?
Yeah, you know Fred.
Yep, I met him at Gagetown this year.
Yeah.
I talked to him about a Silver King that apparently his brother once owned that I now have.
Oh.
So, yeah.
We haven't seen that yet.
Oh, no, that's up front.
Those are Jacobsons in there, aren't there?
Simplicities.
Simplicities, yeah.
These are my two Sears XL, 10XL, and 10XL Custom.
Yeah.
I got a Sovereign back there. I've got a Baron S back there.
Yeah.
I'll call her my reasonable daughter. She absolutely loves the 7119.
Yeah.
I had a nightmare trying to get that starter put on there, but you gotta lift the engine up out of the cradle, but she loves it. I got a David Bradley, also a Suburban back there. Electric start 1959. Yeah. But yeah, once again, pretty rustic setting to store tractors in, unfortunately.
Yeah, well, it is what it is. So.
There's a fancy R picked up somewhere.
Yeah, there she is.
Stubborn little hand starter, but
yeah, I used to own this one.
yeah.
When I got this, it didn't run. I got it running, but
it runs fantastic now.
Yeah.
We take it out, and my oldest daughter's the Moline fan.
Yeah.
She's
still got that pump on the side there. That RTS I just finished has got one of those on there.
That's the Ford that she wants me to paint like the Millennium Falcon back there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Ford 2N.
Yep.
High-low Sherman transmission. That's another 20 plus mile an hour breeze down the road. Pretty exciting. I enjoy that. This is Harlan, homemade tractor. We bought it out of Seaboyne from the same gentleman who sold me a couple little lawn tractors.
Wow.
Apparently a farmer down there named Harlan Newman took it upon himself to build what he liked.
Yeah.
So we got Ford engine, Allis-Chalmers gas tank, Farmall F-Series rear half, some combine tires, a lot of welding, a lot of painting. It runs like you would not believe.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. Turn the key one time, fires up. The fella I bought it from I swear I thought he was going to wear the starter on it because he was so tickled with it too. And every time
he kept wanting to start it.
Yeah,
You mean? Yeah,
every time he started, he goes, "You know what I like about this?" Boom, he does it. "You know what I like about this?" Boom, and he did it like 6 times in like 10 minutes we were there.
Yeah.
You know, so every time I start this tractor, I say, "You know what I like about this?" And I do it, and it's been a couple of years now, and I still do it.
Apparently, you have more self-control because we've been standing here for over a minute and you haven't started it.
No. Yeah. This is my
Tug.
airport tug.
Yeah.
It came out of Wordsmith Air Force Base up in Oscoda.
Oh, sweet.
It was obviously custom painted by some fella. It's got our Spirit of 76 paint job on it, so I would probably say 1976.
Yeah. Oh,
I just put a seat on it and got it running. It's priced for 6-cylinder, straight 6 on it.
Okay.
A little straight exhaust there. It's a little noisy. We gotta get an air cleaner set up for it. It's a little touchy throttle wise, but
that's kind of cool.
just flies down the road really nice. It is neat.
So what's the magnet on the?
That is for the throttle because it bounces so much that you can't keep your foot on it, and you end up wanting to knock yourself off it like a bucking Bronco.
I see.
So it's easier for me to hand magnet, push the throttle down, and hold it than it is for my foot
I see.
because it's quite the short wheelbase bouncy ride.
Right. Need a mouth guard and a helmet.
It is hefty. I mean, it is hefty.
Cool.
Case V8 or VC. It was down for sale in Chesterfield Township. The 23 in Gratiot. Fellow's got a place in Marlette now. Rossille's.
Okay.
And I watched it for several years sit there. Actually, I watched it for 3 years sit there, kind of slowly deteriorate. I took each daughter over there one at a time and showed it to them. And then my friend Harold sold a tractor, and we delivered that tractor down that way. And he goes, "Boy, it'd be a shame to come back with an empty trailer." And I said, "You know, I got somewhere I'd like to see." And they were asking $2,500 for it years ago. And I got there, and they lowered it to 18. And we talked to them about it. And I eventually got it for $900.
Wow.
They threw a battery in. I came home, put some gas in it, put the battery in it, and been driving it ever since.
Oh boy.
Case VC. It had been rolled over. There's a few little welds and a few things.
That's pretty common.
Seen some better days.
Yeah.
The fellow who owned the Massy Harris 20 in there, the Irv Ender, his brother owned that one since new last Ender. I got that one out of Harold's collection after he passed from his son. I've got a 45 WC Allis-Chalmers, which is, it's going to be terrible, you can't see it. It's a Wartime tractor. It has a square tube axle, steel axle in the back.
I'll see if I can.
Cast was going towards the war effort.
Yep.
This was one of Harold's father's tractors.
Oh, I see her now.
So I can trace the history back to Donald McTaggart.
Good looking tractor.
They were out of Bad Axe. The McTaggart's farmed out of Bad Axe. So yeah, nice paint job, runs good. I just, I don't call myself any kind of tractor person. Our collection has everything.
You're multicolored, that's for sure.
I don't.
Those are the biggest check mark tires I've ever seen. They're not.
I do tend to have a few things I've collected because I know how expensive rubber is.
Yeah, I was eyeballing these right here. I was like, what do we want to do with those?
Yeah.
But I've got a guess.
I'm sure those tires are probably going to outlast me.
Yeah.
Pretty positive.
Pretty good rubber. And back then they last that long, and you kept them inside, so that helps too.
I try to pick up a few things here and there. Obviously, wheels, tires. WD-45 is a new tire on one side, so I end up buying.
I understand.
I got the cultivators for that CA out here laying.
Somewhere?
Yeah. I got,
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see them.
I got some draw bars, I got some wheel weights.
Yeah.
I got a bar that needs some time to
Yeah. Yes, it does.
We'll get her. Thanks for what my hopes of a new shed are going to be.
Yeah. Oh, I see.
I want a shed that's going to be nice with the nicer stuff in.
Right.
I'm going to use these for the rougher.
I see.
And then I'm going to probably make that one into my Yeah, I got a few things I want to do there.
Yeah.
The rest of the stuff is up front.
Definitely a fall day today.
Yeah.
That's a different kind of stave silo. That's not a Smith silo, that's something else.
I don't even know,
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. I've never.
The company that was up here was familiar with the house.
Yeah. It's like reverse board and batten.
Another company wanted to insure me, so I did, and they come out and did an inspection. Oh boy, they canceled my insurance very quickly when they saw the silo in the barn.
Right, right.
I called up the original company and I said, hey, would you like to insure me again?
Good.
They're a little more in tune with what these properties have.
Yeah. The historical value.
Yeah. And, they would kill me to have to knock those down.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping. What happened is, I guess the owners, eventually the son decided to pour cement under them instead of leaving them on the ground.
I see.
And that cement is now broken.
I see.
It's pulling away, so the bottoms of the barns are coming out into the cement.
I see.
So I had to figure out how to sell it.
I see.
1949 Grand Haven.
Wow.
Made in Grand Haven, Michigan.
That's cool.
Wisconsin. To me, I always thought they were kind of an orchard tractor. Because you can steer them with your feet. You don't need to.
Oh, really?
So maybe you could just pick fruit as you drive by the trees. I don't know.
Uh-huh.
I bought this one.
Well, that'd be kind of handy now that you can play on your phone because you steer with your feet.
Yeah, as long as
Yeah.
as long as somebody says don't run into that tree, I'm good.
You're right.
It is neat. It's cultivators on it, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Gave me a little bit of trouble at first. Didn't run when I got it, but
Mm-hmm.
Allis-Chalmers B that came out of Harold's collection, hand
Oh,
started.
yeah. That was cool, too.
Yeah, I got pictures of my oldest daughter when she was 2 sitting on that one at the show. And the Silver King was owned by Fred Ruggles and his brother back there.
Those are neat.
It is a neat tractor. It was two-tone. It was painted like a Ford.
I see.
It was silver over red.
Mm-hmm.
And it didn't run.
Look at the size of that wheel horse. That's a big
I
one.
had a friend of mine do the magneto on it, and then I realized the reason why it was huffing so much oil is because it had about 8 quarts of oil in it.
Oh, only holds what, 4?
Yeah. And I had something else, so the firing order was wrong.
Oh, okay.
So after a while of trying to hand crank it and blow my eardrums out from the backfires, I got the wiring right and we tug started it. And it runs. BF Avery.
Yeah, Avery
Model
A.
That's the first tractor we painted by Rattle Can here. It was owned by Harold, and luckily enough, he sold it back to me because it was kind of the first one that we did as a family project.
That's kind of neat.
My wheel horse, I got this out of by Sand Beach area.
Yep.
John Deere 110 I just picked up recently.
Yep, those are neat round fenders. I see.
My Economy I picked up down in Fraser, Michigan.
Yep.
The Page, that's a tractor built in Wisconsin. You can see the Page Dairy and Farm Equipment.
That is super cool.
Another Wisconsin.
Block the. Here, I'll stand. Maybe I'll stand in front of it.
I got cultivators and a disc with that one.
That's cool
When I
too.
bought it. That came with the Grand Haven. Same time I bought it from the same fellow over in Bay City.
Huh.
Cub Cadet I got out of Harbor Beach. The first tractor I ever bought, the Farmall A in the back.
Yeah.
It was stored here in the barn when I bought the house by a gentleman in town named Rich Witherspoon. It had a plow on it for snow.
Yep.
And I said I figured it would be handy. I gave him $1,250 for it back in 2007 and 2006. And I fell in love with tractors. It's the first one I ever owned.
That's the one that started it,
That's the one
huh?
that started it all.
What do they say in RFD? The classic tractor fever?
Yeah, it was good. And like a couple months later, I went to refire it. It gave me a hard time. And I called Rich and I'm like, hey, I got almost zero experience with it. And he goes, well, yeah, I'm gonna come over. And I have a friend of mine who's just getting back on his feet, and he is really good at old tractors, and he needs to get out of the house a bit. And that's when he brought Harold over. It's the first time I met Harold.
Oh, okay.
And we figured it out. It was just a faulty ignition switch. And basically, Harold just never left after that.
I see.
The next 9 years, he was our best friend, and he was our third grandpa.
I see.
Yeah, just a fantastic person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
My economy, I just picked up a little guy. You can't see, and if you wanted to try to crawl in there, I've got a Porter cable lawn tractor, which...
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's actually pretty interesting. That's how I met Big Ken out of Bay City, or out of Seaboyne, rather.
Oh, okay.
There's my Porter cable.
Yeah, I'll move that just a little bit. There's going to be somebody that really, oh, I wish you would have shown that. And, you know, you didn't talk about the Ford over here either. So.
No, that was Harold's pride and joy. That was Harold's,
oh, boy.
Best possession.
I like them pedal tractors over there, too. You got.
Oh, the pedals?
Yeah.
Yeah. The girls were very fond of their pedal tractors.
Yeah.
I got a little 67 Firestone tractor there in front of the Porter cable.
Yeah.
That was a
right
promotional
there.
deal done
Okay.
by Firestone Tire.
Yeah. I think I've seen pictures of those. That's neat, too. But yeah,
That's yeah.
Flathead V8, yeah.
Yeah, 48 8 Ford that Harold owned. It's got a 48 flathead V8.
Yeah.
239 cube.
Jeez.
Out of a truck that was in a ditch over here in Port Hope. Him
Yeah.
and his friend decided they wanted to put something together. They didn't like the funk conversions because of the height of the hood. If you notice, that one's hood is the correct dimension.
Yep.
It's not raised up. So they kind of put it together themselves, made the subframe. They ended up getting hold of a blueprint for the adapter, the transmission to the Ford, to the flathead, and had somebody local here cut it out, make it for them, and they put it together.
Neat.
I was able to pick that up a year or so ago. So I'd start it, but it would wake the whole family up.
Yeah, that's all right.
I do enjoy my quiet time in the mornings here. It's the only time I get to come out here and tinker around.
I see. And
play around. And because then after they wake up, they want to take this one for a ride. They want to take that one for a ride. And then tractor, Jenga.
Yeah,
going on.
that's all right.
Shuffle. But I'm pretty much out of space.
Tetris is better to play tractor Tetris than tractor Jenga. Cause it sounds like Jenga, things fall.
Well, things usually fall. It's either me or the stuff along the sides of the tractors. Or that I left on the tractors.
Right.
But yeah, Tetris will fit.
Yeah.
It's
cool.
I got 2 more tractors that I'd like to get, so I can say that I had one of every major manufacturer.
I see.
I got to get my hands on a Massey Ferguson.
Okay.
Partial to 40s, 50s, and 65, those models.
I see.
And I don't have a cock shut.
Okay.
Which pains me. But I like
well, now you got a Waterloo, so
20, 30, 40, 50. Harold had a 50 years ago, and he ended up selling it many, many years ago.
Okay.
Somebody out in Pennsylvania. It was a beauty, but yeah, now I got a Waterloo.
Yep.
Not really sure what I'm gonna do
with the Waterloo.
But it'll get in line. I'm sure I'll probably figure something out.
Yep. Yep.
But yeah, I saw there's a fella here comes to the show every year. He's got a Waterloo Bronco that's all nicely perfectly painted.
Yep.
Prettied up, and I always thought it was kind of a neat tractor. So of course, when you thought of me,
yep.
I decided, I always said I don't have any money. Some people get mad at me about that. And I always said I don't have space. But when something comes up that I really would like to have, I tend to be able to make some room.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're thinking. Let's go look at. I'm gonna go look at this pickup real quick.
All right.
I like old pickups too.
69 F250.
Yeah.
360 V8.
Woo.
4-speed.
Yeah. Don't go too far from gas stations.
It was, well, when I rolled it up here, I had it loaded up with a bunch of Christmas decorations.
Kind of neat. Put in one there.
It actually, for as rusty as it is in the body, the fender well's not too bad. It's going. It was used, it was bought by a fellow in Sterling Heights originally. He used it on a Christmas tree farm he owned in Cadillac, Michigan.
Oh, okay.
So it has been outside its entire life. That's why the rust.
I see.
It's
That's it, eh?
It looks like it has 240,000 on it.
Right.
Where it's been, where it lives.
Yeah. Huh. Kind of 4-speed trainee, or?
Yeah.
Cool.
Had a little bit of a brake issue bringing it home from a car show this year.
Huh.
So I got some work to do on it.
I see. Hopefully the mice didn't eat everything that's in the glove box. Oh, that's kind of neat.
Originally bought by Rocco Latore. He lived in Detroit at that time.
Yeah.
Star Kicky East.
East Detroit, I see down there. That's cool.
Yeah, before they turned East Point, which is actually
okay.
west of the points, so it doesn't make any sense other than they just don't want to have Detroit in their name.
I see.
So yeah. Where is it? The original Certi card.
Wow.
Of the truck. So yeah, there's some history there.
Yeah.
It's kind of neat.
Yeah, you do have some neat stuff, don't you?
Well, thank you. Oh yeah, 43,000 miles.
43. Okay. Well, it's good to be accurate.
I mean, I knew that by the pedals.
Yeah.
There ain't no wear on it.
I see. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Clutch pedal. Normally there wouldn't be nothing left on the left side of it.
Oh, absolutely. Especially if it, spent much time in the city too, because you're always on the clutch.
Well, I drove it to work for a year.
Yeah.
And my left leg was huge compared to my right. it was something.
That's like arm wrestlers, they got one big arm.
Yeah, the other one looks like a stick figure.
Yeah. Well, cool. We gotta stop on the way home, pick up something else. I gotta haul for somebody, but that's why I've got the big trailer.
I was gonna say, yeah, it's a little
Yeah, it was, but so yeah, on the way home. Yeah, you need a bolt or two, but
it didn't come with it. Gosh.
well, it's probably in that bucket right there with the poop and dookie.
Yeah, I think I'll let the rain clean that out for me a little bit.
Yeah.
Start digging for me.
Well, cool. Well, we'll get out of your hair.
I appreciate it.
So
You're getting out of my hair, but I appreciate the tractor.
Yep.
Anytime.
Yep. Well, I get something else different.
Someday, you'll be able to see them all out moving and running around.
Well, if I didn't come when it was cold and windy, and well, it should be raining. It's raining everywhere else except right here, but
yeah.
So I don't know if you picked that up. Oh yeah.
Unique.
Worst you can tell me is no.
Yep.
So all right, we'll see you, Derek. Lake Huron is right there. Well, I think that's enough for this video. We're on our way home now. Hey, thanks everybody watching. I sure hope you enjoyed that show. Kind of neat, wasn't it? So, hey, we'll see you in the next one.